Lot to get into. Bama had a scrimmage on Friday in Tuscaloosa for football, and then basketball did not go the way that we wanted it to against Michigan. Is that the last game that we'll have Nate Oats? We're going to talk about that more right here on Last Call, brought to you by Pearl River Resort, Philadelphia, Mississippi, with college basketball and its tournament going strong. You can go over there and bet just like you're out in Vegas. Hour and a half from Tuscaloosa, 2 and change from Birmingham. That's the Timeout Sports Lounge at Golden Moon Casino. Roll Tide, everybody. Let's get this show started. All right, there's Jake Coker. I'm Mick Gillespie. Football scrimmage yesterday. We're going to get into that. And I know a lot of you guys, I don't understand why, but you hate basketball. We talk basketball and you turn it off. Don't turn it off. What an incredible run by Nate Oats. Undersized this year, dealt with some injuries, but they get in the tournament. They win games. They're a tough out. They played a really good first half against Michigan and just couldn't get the shots to drop in the second half. So the season's over. And I just wonder, and a lot of you guys are saying, I don't have anything to worry about. I'll ask you this, Jake. Do you think that Nate Oats goes somewhere else, or do you think he sticks?
I think he's sticking around. I think one issue we have long term, if we don't start, making it to, I mean, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying Nate Oats expects to be in the Final Four, and I think he somewhat expects some backing to get there, and I think it will be there. Like I said, we've talked on this show before. The boosters love him, and he needs to stick around as long as we can possibly keep him. One issue, somewhat like when we talk basketball, Alabama fans just aren't into basketball like they are football, and I mean that's part of it to a certain extent. I mean, look, Alabama's the perennial powerhouse in football, and basketball has always historically at Alabama been a secondary sport, but I'd love to see us, embrace basketball and I think we've done a pretty good job, but I don't think we've embraced it and really supported him like, say, I hate to say this, but maybe Auburn and Bruce Pearl, all of a sudden basketball has become really Auburn's thing, which is kind of embarrassing for them, but they have a game in I can't remember what their stadiums or their Coliseum called. Yeah, I mean it's packed out for big games and average SEC games, and I watched most of our Alabama games this year, and weren't seeing the numbers I'd like to see. I'd like to see it get a little more intense in there.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, when we talk about it, nobody watches. So that tells me that you guys don't like it.
Well,
you like it, but I'm just saying that the average Alabama fan, it's like, and it shouldn't be that way. I mean, this is like the heyday of basketball, and then when the minute this guy leaves, you can go back to not caring anymore because we'll be, back to being an average program. But what this guy's doing in Nate Oats is unbelievable. It's just crazy. Even with the loss to Michigan, I ran into a guy that watches the show and yesterday, and he said, "What do you think's going to happen?" I said, "I think that we'll give him hell. I don't know what's good. We'll probably won't win, but we'll give him hell. Like, it's not like we're going to go in there and and not show up. We were ahead at the half against a really good team. You got to make shots.
Yeah. Well, man, they were so much bigger than us. This guy, when you can just glance at the TV screen, and all 5 of their guys individually are bigger than all 5 of our guys. I mean, there's that second half, they just pushed us out, made us play way deep. There was no wide open threes. It was, I was sitting there watching it with my wife and father-in-law and a buddy of ours, and it was like the switch flipped and you knew it was over. Michigan came out the second half of the game plan that we just couldn't. We weren't big enough to execute against them. Unless we were just making circus threes or something crazy. It wasn't happening.
Right. Well, we needed somebody to step up and make some shots, right?
I mean, yeah, having said that, the Sweet 16, that's all I was hoping for this year. I mean, I loved watching this team play, but, you know, you kind of understood their limitations, and Michigan's just a horrible draw.
Tennessee's the last SEC team standing, and you know, that's for their coach. He's never been to the Final Four. It's kind of been his like downfall, right? Like, isn't it? He gets to the Elite Eight, Rick Barnes, but can't get to the Final Four.
I think so.
I get another chance at it. I hope they beat Michigan. I mean, maybe that style that they play, where it's basically football in the paint.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
there's a goal in there.
He's one of those guys. He's always in the tournament. He's always ranked high, but just can't get over that hump.
Yeah. Well, it's disappointing. And what a weird season with the injuries, the Bediako stuff, and then Aiden Holloway, and now, you know, back to trying to figure out what the roster is going to look like again. I just think if I'm if I'm one of these teams, you know, one of these schools like North Carolina, I'm going, man, what do we need to do to get Nate Oats? I mean, think about what he would be able to do if he had the $22 million that Kentucky has to go field a team.
Yeah, I mean, that's all you hear about, right? I mean, it's again, they're the Ohio State, the Texas, the elephant in the room, if you will, in college basketball.
Yeah. Hey, you're a golf guy. Is Tiger Woods going to win this golf tournament?
Oh, jeez.
Everybody was excited he was playing, right? And then he got into a car wreck, and they think he might have a DUI.
You'd think he'd have the money to get a driver. I mean, seriously, like if it's, it's sad. I absolutely hate to see it. It's like, dude, you're not a dumbass, and you're not broke. Like, if you can't drive sober, just get a damn driver full time. I don't get it. I mean, I saw the headline. I don't even know the full story, but it's like, I mean, with his history, and I don't think he's a drug addict. I think he's just in pain all the time. I think he just got over his latest health issue, and it's like, man, I mean, just figure it out. Good Lord, you got an endless budget, or I mean, if at all, just get a self-driving Tesla. I mean, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
One
of these self-driving cars. Yeah. Yeah, he's man, it's crazy. Just crazy.
Oh yeah. I mean, you keep hoping. It's like, all right, he's good. Everything, I mean, happy ending, everything's good, and then a story like this pops up, and you're just like, man, when's it going to end?
Yeah.
But, I don't know. Again,
bad for golf, get bad for him, and he's going to kill somebody. This is the second time he's had, maybe himself. He's had one of these really bad accidents.
Mm-hmm. Again, at this point, dude, let's chill out. You got the money to handle it. Come on now.
Yeah. Back down a little bit. All right, so we had well, first off, guys, we're brought to you by Pearl River Resort. I'm going to let this guy tell you all about it.
So, Jake, let's break down some game tape.
Hold on, fellas. Steve.
Hey, Jake. You ready to rock?
Let's roll, brother. Guess we're calling plays at Pearl River Resort. Wow, Jake's first throw scores. And Steve's got the crowd pumped. Man, they're absolutely rolling.
'Cause I don't have to be me till Monday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I ain't gonna face reality.
I tell you, Jake's still got game. While Steve keeps rocking aces. Boom, Jake seals it with a pick.
Come call your own plays
at Pearl River Resort. Let's roll.
I don't have to be me till Monday.
There he is. star of commercial, sports fields, TV. Does that make you feel good to see yourself in action, or do you like this one?
I may not suit up on Saturdays anymore, but I'm still in the game.
Let's roll.
In here, I call the plays, make adjustments, and lay it on the line. Want to feel that fire, that rush? Then you've got to get in the game. I used to say it in the tunnel, and I still say it now. Let's roll.
Let's roll.
All right, there you go. Which one was your best one? If you were judging.
I'll go the second one.
Yeah,
mainly because I was starting to get a cold midway through that production, and had to fight through it.
Yeah. Oh, you mean the not the second one that we just watched, but the second one that we did, which was the first one I played. Okay, yeah, that was a whole week worth of work there.
Yeah, most people would have called in sick.
Oh man! All right, well let's talk Bama football practice. Scrimmage, had a scrimmage on Friday. So where's that put us right now? That means that we had 7 practices, and then the 8A's coming up on the 11th. So Kalen DeBoer is talking about getting to see a lot of new faces. They're trying to rebuild the offensive line. They're trying to figure out who the quarterback's going to be. And some of their guys that they expect to be in there, like Will Sanders on the offensive line's been out. So they've got to get looks at different dudes. Kind of curious, man, that East Carolina game, I don't know what to expect right now.
Well, see, I'm not even – I feel right now about like I did last year. I don't feel like we're in a quarterback – we're not going to have a quarterback issue this year. I don't see it. I think both the guys that are competing are going to be – I mean, they're talented. They've been there long enough. I don't see there being a quarterback issue at all this year. To me, it's the supporting cast and mainly the offensive line. Again, the run game is the most essential part of making sure that we can be consistent and successful next year. That's it. I mean, you had one of the best receiving corps in the country last year. You had one of the best quarterbacks in the country last year. The stats basically keep me from saying that Jam Miller was one of the better running backs. I mean, you watch Jam Miller over the years, and he's been a good player. He's got the tools. He's physical. He's explosive. He can catch the ball out of the backfield. It was kind of Josh Jacobs-esque. I mean, I'm not going to go that far, but
right.
He reminded me.
Stuff.
He had that running style. That was the way he played. On paper, we had a lot of. I mean, our offensive line was supposed to be one of our strong suits last year. I think new tight ends coach, new O-line coach, all have a history of influencing their teams in a positive way in the run game, and I mean, it's going to take a hell of a coaching job to get this team on the right track and get us to where, we're consistent early and we don't dig a hole too deep for ourselves with early losses. But yeah, to me, again, the quarterback position, I mean, I've been seeing some videos of some of these throws that are being made by Keelan, and the accuracy, the touch, I mean, all of the talent is there. It's getting this team on the same page. And defensively, I'm the same way. I mean, there's just so many question marks, and that's not an indictment on this team. That's not an early judgment. It just kind of is what it is. I mean, who are going to be our guys this year? And you're not really you can say what you want about practice. I mean, I heard Ryan Williams caught 3 touchdown passes, and while that's a great thing, it also makes me nervous about, the defense. I mean,
right. Yeah.
back when we had scrimmages, I mean, it was tough. I mean, you think about all the guys we had on defense year in, year out, with the transfer portal now, but also, just not having the guys around that are usually around for multiple years. You're going to have more of this where you don't really know who the good players are. Got a lot of guys coming in from places that, I mean, could be the next Jamison Williams, just didn't play much at Ohio State and kind of become unknowns and then are stars at Alabama. You just never know until those guys show up. And I'll tell you, in college, I mean, coaching to me, there's no bigger influence from coach to team performance than there is in college football. I mean, been around a good bit of coaches in my day, and even not necessarily, coaching talent, but also how well a player gets along with a coach. Do you match? Do you, I mean, is that relationship there? It matters so much. So there's just so many factors that go into it that make it tough for me to, give any indictment on this team right now. But my biggest fear is the youth and just the lack of continuity. And it is what it is, and everybody's dealing with it. It's just some teams again have money to put more talent in place than others.
Yeah, I mean, and we've talked about that the entire offseason. I think you kind of even have to move past that and get ready to look at what you have and figure out how that's going to work. And if Alabama's going to have any kind of edge when it comes to talent, right? I mean, you would think against Kentucky, beginning of the year, East Carolina, but when you get up against Georgia and LSU and some of the other schools that you're going to have to face, losing those depth guys to the transfer portal and then what you're getting back in the transfer portal is really important, right? But they got to block. The offensive line's so interesting. I mean, Michael Carroll, we feel comfortable with him. He's the guy that's returning. I mean, they're moving him around in the different spots. Jackson Lloyd, you keep hearing a lot of good stuff about him, right? Like they want to have him on the line. Will Sanders, when he's healthy, figure he's going to be in there. And then some transfers, right?
Yeah.
And how long is it going to take these guys to mesh and be ready to go too?
Well, I've been saying it ever since the transfer portal came around. I mean, the quality of football is going to be far worse,
right,
within the college game. You used to have 2-3 years minimum for guys to develop, unless they were kicked off the team and they weren't going to be a fit anyway, or they just gave up and left, and before they could graduate and they were willing to sit out a year, they just had to get out. I mean, those guys that came in and really dedicated themselves, and one of the problems I have is, especially with all this, is kids come in out of high school and it's like a culture shock. I mean, it is. You come in, coach has been kissing your ass for 2-3 years, and then all of a sudden, day one, or at least this was my experience at Florida State. You walk on the field expecting coaches to kind of, hold your hand and kind of get you through the install session and expect understand that this is day one. Well, no, man, you're getting dog cussed from day one, and
right.
You're getting treated like you've been there for 3 years, and it's on you to figure it out and grow and get better, and nobody's slowing down for you. And sometimes it takes a while. I mean, I know my first year it was a big time culture shock, and it took me time to understand how to get on my feet and compete. I mean, don't get me wrong, your position coaches help you out to a certain extent, right? But at the end of the day, you're competing against everybody else out there, and at some point you are on your own to figure it out. And I think when you come out of high school and you're one of the best players on your team ever since you started playing, to showing up to a place where it's far more even, and even you may even be more talented, but the curriculum's a lot more complex, and so you don't play as fast. You start, you don't want guys to lose their confidence, but I think there's a healthy medium there where they come in, kind of lose their confidence, but have time over a couple of years to build themselves up and be that guy. There's some guys that come in with so much talent it doesn't matter, but the vast majority of the guys that are coming in need 2 to 3 years to develop and play.
Yeah.
And so, again, you can say what you want about the transfer portal. It's not good for the long-term health of players or their development.
No, not the way that it is now. And I mean, you look at the running back spot. I'm going to talk about that in a second. But first, let me tell you about Patriot Roofing and Builders. Yeah, these guys. They got you covered. Will and Justin with Patriot. They do it all. Unlimited home builders license to do total home renovations, roofing, siding, gutters, windows, full home renovations, free inspections on that roof. You call those guys and they're going to answer. That's Will and Justin at Patriot Roofing, 205-919-4494, 205-919-4494 for those of you that are listening and not watching. And we appreciate those guys for being a part of what we do here. So running back wise, EJ Crowell, we kept hearing like, hey, he's showing some bursts. And then the DeBoer says yesterday in the press conference that he's hardly even playing. So.
Yeah. Well, I heard he had some kind of soft tissue injury or something like that. Yeah, I mean, the kid's talented, but it's not a good sign right out the gate to not be able to get reps and all that, especially when you're planning on playing, as a true freshman, which I think he will, based on what I've seen and heard. He's going to have to carry a lot of the load. I mean, we don't have a choice for the most part.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, after Jam Miller last year, I mean, we had some guys that played pretty decently well, but weren't as well rounded as Jam Miller. Jam Miller could do it all. There weren't a whole lot of other guys back there that, whether it be too small or really run between the tackles, not guys that aren't too good at getting open or making moves in the open field, and then you got just guys that didn't have the explosiveness to stick it and get north and gain chunk yards. I mean, Jam Miller was the only guy, in my opinion. Kevin Riley, I think, has a lot of upside. I think he's one of those guys who's going to make plays and be kind of that Kenyon Drake type player. But to me, our best bet is getting our boy from Jackson ready to go and ready to play next year.
Could be tough, man. I mean, you miss reps now. You're supposed to be a high school senior. And then all of a sudden you expect to just, go through fall practice and beat out all these guys. Kevin Riley says looks good. Daniel Hill's been Mr. Consistent. AK Deer's explosive.
Yeah, AK Deer's one that I kind of forget about too. He's one of those guys I think can be pretty well rounded. But didn't see him a whole lot last year, which was kind of alarming. At a time where we were lacking some depth, you just never really saw him too much.
Yeah. Hey guys, let me talk about this and then we're going to get into special teams here for a second. But we're brought to you by Residence Inn by Marriott Ocean City. Our guy Keith has got you covered there. Look at that beautiful view. This is the time of year you want to be there. Back to back to back to back. Coastal style hotel of the year. Residence Inn by Marriott OC. Beautiful sunsets, Secrets Bar, the boardwalk down there. The place is amazing. The next round actually did their show there. And I'm kind of hoping that maybe we go down there too. They have all the big fishing tournaments there. They said Michael Jordan's got a team in that White Marlin tournament out of Ocean City. Pretty funny.
He's into all kinds of stuff, isn't he?
He does it all. Does it all. But anyway, yeah, that's our buddy Keith, Residence Inn by Marriott. You go there, stay, tell him that you heard about him on the last call. ran into one of Orange Beach's finest yesterday, Jake. He knows us. Said, hey. I should have asked him.
Waiting to hear who this is.
Oh, I don't know. I just met him at the Monkey Bar in Fair Oak. Great guy. We were just talking about the basketball team, but he knew us from Elephant in the Room, and I'm like, well, this is the new Elephant in the Room. You gotta check it. Last Call, same show, just different title.
I thought you were going to say. I thought you were holding back Ryan Anderson. One of Orange Beach's finest.
Oh no! This is no. He's a guy.
Ryan will be the mayor of that place one day.
Yeah, no. I talked to him. I talked to him this week. He had been on a hunting excursion, and I'm sure it made you jealous. All those different big game animals that he took down.
I saw the pig video. He's getting after it. Kind of old school. I can't imagine. First off, I can't imagine getting shot at. That would be pretty frightening. But to see Ryan Anderson in full sprint with a pistol in his hand coming after me, I think I'd elect the quickest way out.
Yeah, right.
He said how scary that would be.
I said that there's one of those pictures or videos that look like he shot a goat. And he said there's some bird down there that they call stake in the sky, like some giant crane thing that they shoot.
Sandhill crane.
Yeah.
Yep. Ribeye of the sky.
Yeah, ribeye in the sky. You know about this, huh?
Uh-huh. Oh yeah. Apparently there are a ton of them over in Florida. I think there's some over. I mean, I think they're everywhere, but I've always heard that ribeye of the sky. That's pretty damn good to me.
Yeah, are they that tasty?
I've never had one. I've never shot a crane. I mean, if they were that good though, I'd probably start buying some bullets.
If they were that delicious.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. One of those videos I hear Ryan say, "Give me the knife, give me the knife." I was like, "Oh man."
Why didn't you get an invite on this trip?
I don't know. You know me, I probably wouldn't have been able to make it anyway. I think he's out there with Colt McCoy. I think he goes out there.
I think he did say that.
Yeah, I think them two are pretty good buddies.
How funny is that? Colt McCoy and Ryan Anderson. That'd be a podcast.
Yeah, it would. It would. Hell, I mean, Ryan, shit, he's friends with everybody.
All right, look, there's an open competition for kicker. Connor Talty knows that. Was inconsistent last year. Kind of got it figured out near the end, but they, the job's open.
Yeah, I think that, what is it, the Oklahoma game, he started getting booed, and maybe the game after that.
Yeah.
Honestly, that might have been the best thing for him, get his mind right, dial in a little bit. I can't remember who it was. I was on somebody's podcast. Marvin Constance. He was asking about, I think he was expecting me to say, we don't need to, boo these players or get too down on them. And while I agree with that to a certain extent, I mean, I've been on the wrong side of a
few boos
of a student section boo before. And honestly, it's kind of one of those things where, again, real world doesn't hold back either. And I'd call that the real world, but sometimes you got to get your shit together, and sometimes the truth's hard to hear, and I don't know, you accept it, realize you're screwing it up and get better, or you just start feeling sorry for yourself and fall apart. And while I hate to see the boos, it kind of is what it is, and it got his ass on the right track.
Did. Yeah, I booed.
Did you really?
Yeah. Watching him shank all those balls. But I cheered too, man. Remember I said, hey, look, when he got it figured out, I was like, hey, buy the guy some drinks at Innisfree. Like,
yeah.
You know, I'm sorry, you get paid to do this now, which makes you a pro.
Yeah,
you need to make those shots, you know?
Yep, you're right. I wouldn't say I got booed for free, but I got booed for a lot less than what they're making.
Yeah. Yeah. I just think that it's part of it. I mean, like when you play in front of 100,000 people and you don't get your job done, you know, they're going to boo. But when you do, they love you. I mean, think about your career, you know, like you're a legend now. And you know what I'm saying? Like, and if people didn't care, you know, like.
That's right. I mean, hell, yeah, you don't get booed about something nobody cares about. I mean, if you care enough to boo, then there's a lot of passion around that event or that sport, you know.
That's right. And I think Bama fans are really fair. I don't think that they're like looking to, you know, be negative or anything. I just think like when you're not getting your job done.
Well, you know, honestly, it's kind of like the coaching saying, like, if I stop coaching you, that's when you need to be worried because I've given up on you, you know. I mean, you get booed, people expect a lot more out of you than what you're putting forth.
Right.
I mean, I believe it was the last basketball game I went to when I was at Alabama. We were playing, it was Anthony Grant's tenure there, and I think we were getting beat by Southern Miss. And I think we ended up losing like about 10 or 15, and, you know, it was empty. Nobody was booing. I mean, it's like kind of depressing when nobody cares at all. Like they don't even care enough to boo.
Yeah, right. They're just like
we showed up. We just, you know, came to get out of the house. Didn't really expect much. You know, that honestly, now that I think of it, that's more depressing than getting booed. I'd rather get booed than get blown out. And nobody care.
Like the women's basketball, nobody even knows they have a team. Like the coach leaves and nobody pays attention to it, you know? Looking for another 5-year handout. Like, you know, it's like, look, find somebody that brings excitement and enthusiasm, gets the crowd into it. Look, if they don't like what you're doing and they let you know it, that means they care. You're right. It's worse when nobody even knows you exist, is what you're saying.
Yeah, that would be. Yeah, that's worse than anything else. When you're just totally irrelevant, nobody fears you, nobody cares to boo you. I mean,
hey, look, watch Talty have like killer year, win the job, lock in, and do great.
Yeah, hit a few game winners.
Yeah, right. Like just from the very beginning, just kind of be like ready to be the guy, you know?
Well, there'd be nothing worse than, and I've told you that story about the national championship, you know, the second half, you know, the thought of being the first quarterback to lose a national championship for Coach Saban. And that pressure is good to, you know, I mean, it's, you know, fight or flight. And the worst thing you could possibly do, the worst thing I could imagine is, you know, facing that and then quitting and not, you know, not grinding it out, you know, just sacrificing everything you got to be successful, or at least show some fight where people can respect it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree, man. Totally. All right, we'll keep an eye on scrimmages and everything else going on. Again, brought to you by Pearl River Resort. How's your bracket looking? Oh, you didn't do a bracket. Guess what? I had Arizona winning the championship, so I'll finish. I think they're going to win it. I'll finish somewhere in the top 10, but my first rounds were so bad that I don't have a chance to win anything other than just like once all the people that have Arizona win that last game, if they win it, I'll be somewhere in the top 10. You know? Like I'll be like 7th or something, you know?
You know, it's weird. I feel like I'm seeing as many basketball transfers as I've seen football transfers, like recognizable guys. Chris Pringle's playing Jaden Bradley the other night. You know, Arkansas, Arizona. Before that, I think, did Arizona beat Kentucky? Who beat Kentucky? No, I guess it was Iowa State. But you had our other guy, what's his name? Not Mbakwe. Sounds similar, though. Played at Alabama a couple years ago. He's Kentucky's best player now, or second best player. Imagine if those guys hadn't left, what we'd look like this year. I mean, with Chris Pringle and the Kentucky 4.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we'd have been probably in the Final Four.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to keep these guys. Like, look, basketball is building a new roster every single year.
Yeah. I mean, you had Fallon, who had only been there 1 year, and then you got Aiden Sherrill, and that was the only guys that I remember from the previous years, I feel like. I mean, we've known Aiden Holloway just because he came from Auburn, and he was a familiar face in the state.
Yeah.
Which I guess that was year 2 for him.
Mm-hmm.
It's been year 2. But, yeah, man, it's strange. It's strange.
Seeing all these guys that played on your team, on other teams, whatever. But look, Patriot Roofing, don't forget about those guys. Again, 205-919-4494. They give you a free home inspection, roof inspection. Will and Justin answer when you give them a call. And it's that time of year, with the storms coming through, you want to make sure your roof is down here fortified. But Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, those areas, they got you covered. Any final thoughts?
Man, about to hop on the zero turn, cut the grass, listen to a podcast myself, and maybe throw a beer in a cup holder. We'll see.
Look at this. Well, be careful out there. Hey, thanks, guys. Get in the comments section. Roll Tide, everybody. We're brought to you by Pearl River Resort, Philadelphia, Mississippi, who is presenting the mullet toss this year, by the way.
It's going to be a hell of an event.
It's going to be a great mullet toss. I'm doing a show with Steve Powers called On the Line. Mullet toss show.
That's great.
Well,
I'll be there. I'll be there slinging them around. Everybody, Nick will be there, so wear a helmet.
I know I hit somebody last year. I can't even deny that. But check that out.
That is great.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Let's see that one's for next week. Look at that one.
That's awesome. Y'all just gonna be on random stuff as a train next?
Yeah, it might as well be, right? Every week something different. I already have the idea for the next one. But that's a radio show on iHeartRadio, noon to 1 every Friday on the Floor Bama channel. So, all right, buddy. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide, pal.
So, Jake, let's break down some game tape.
Hold on, fellas. Steve.
Hey, Jake, you ready to rock?
Let's roll, brother.
Guess we're calling plays at Pearl River Resort. Wow, Jake's first throw scores. And Steve's got the crowd pumped. Man, they're absolutely rolling.
'Cause I don't have to be me till Monday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I ain't gonna face reality.
I tell you, Jake's still got game. While Steve keeps rocking aces. Boom, Jake seals it with a pick.
Come call your own plays
At Pearl River Resort. Let's roll.
I don't have to be me till Monday.